New at 11, we now know the identities of the 4 people found dead inside a Graham home on New Year's Eve, with 2 of the victims discovered in that home's freezer. As KOMO's Ryan Sims reports, deputies now think it was a murder-suicide committed by that couple's adult son.
Out of all things, one of the elements that helped authorities crack this case open was one of the victims' love of his trucks. That's because they say he was always in this driveway working on that truck. Then, though, he wasn't seen for many months. And then comes the news and really the shock of seeing a repo agent towing that truck away. As soon as that happened, neighbors say they knew something was terribly wrong.
It's eerie. You don't know your neighbors. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's happening.
The shock just does not end for folks in this neighborhood. More than a week after 4 people were discovered dead in this home, deputies now strongly believe it was a murder-suicide.
That people were experiencing that and whatever transpired before, it's just heartbreaking, honestly.
We now know who the victims were. 68-year-old William Vossler and his wife, 66-year-old Eileen Vossler. Deputies believe they were both beaten and stabbed by their adult son Shane back in July and then stuffed in a freezer. In the months since, neighbors say they had no idea any of it happened.
It's just so quiet. Kids playing and, no one's yelling. There's no fighting.
According to this search warrant, months passed before Shane eventually took his own life inside this home as well, all as his parents were still in that freezer. Also dead inside, Shane's 34-year-old girlfriend who'd been shot. An investigation is now underway to find out her manner of death.
There was police tape. There were a ton of cars, a ton of activity. News were here.
Neighbors tell KOMO they saw Shane handing out candy to trick-or-treaters on Halloween, meaning he lived alongside his dead parents for at least 3 months. In Graham, Ryan Sims, KOMO News.
A grisly scene. Police say they caught this woman cooking human body parts after she'd been casting spells. I have the details on the shocking case out of Kentucky and where the case stands. This case sounds like something out of a horror movie. I actually had to look at the headline 2 or 3 times to make sure that I was reading it correctly. And what I'm going to tell you is really, really gruesome and disturbing. So just prepare yourself for that. I'm going to detail what police found for you here in just a bit. Right now, Toralina May Fields is in the Bourbon County Detention Center facing a number of charges after Kentucky State Police say they found the body of Toralina's mother outside of the home that they shared. Once inside, police say they found a pot that was still warm to the touch with body parts inside. It's truly shocking. And this would be shocking if it happened anywhere, but this happened, this grisly discovery was in the small city of Mount Olivet, Kentucky, halfway between Cincinnati and Lexington, Kentucky. About 350 people live there. So this is a very small town. Trooper Jim